Joining us on Blitz is Dustin Allen, head coach of the Lumpkin Co Indians. Dustin, really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, Coach, you got off to a really good 4-0 start to the season. At this point now, you're 5-5. Talk about what it was like for your team to get off to that quick start, and then kind of what has happened since then to get you to 5-5.
Well, we were really excited about that 4-0 start. I guess about like anybody would be, but we just had some mental lapses and some defensive miscues and stuff like that that created some big innings for our opponents and put us on the losing end of the last 4 of the last 5 ball games. So it just happens. We've got a young team with only four seniors and 1 junior contributing. So we play a lot of sophomore and freshmen. You're going to have that with youth. So we're just going to have to find a way to persevere and make sure it doesn't cost us the season.
Yeah, and this will definitely hopefully get those younger guys a lot of that experience heading forward. But Franklin County dealt you a few big losses. Looks like they look pretty tough in this region right now.
Yeah, and they've got a lot of experienced players back from last year. I believe they only had 2 seniors last year that played significant playing time for them. So they've got a really experienced team. And again, some of our mistakes led to big innings for them. We actually played them pretty closely in the first ball game of the doubleheader on Friday, and then as the game wore on, we hit a batter, walked a batter, made an error. Just didn't take advantage of a little part of the lineup. Actually did pretty well. Left-handed pitcher Julio Romero pitched pretty well against their 1 through 5 hitters, but then in the lower part of the lineup, we just had some mistakes from a pitching defensive standpoint that wound up costing us.
And now, Coach, for the last couple of years, you've gotten this team to the state playoffs, which has been a huge success in the Lumpkin County program. What would it take, in your mind, to get this team back for a 3rd year in a row?
Well, our young guys are going to have to grow up pretty fast. So, we're relying on 4 and 5 freshmen and 3, 4 sophomores. Playing varsity baseball games. And, there's a lot of parity in our region, and I'm sure there's some other teams that are relying on youth. But our guys are going to have to grow up fairly quickly for us to be able to get back. We've shown some flashes. So now just whether or not we can build on that and kind of move forward and eliminate some of these, like I said, mistakes and stuff that we've been making that have cost us big innings. If we can get past that, I think we might be all right moving forward.
Yeah, and I know you've been having to rely on, as you said, those 4 seniors, especially Sebastian Dunn being one of those that has been really key to the offense. You've scored 37 runs in the first 10 games. He's accounted for 10 of those runs scored, a pair of RBIs, hitting right under 500 with 14 stolen bases. What can you say about how important it is to get him on base?
Oh, when he goes, we go. I mean, it's a typical situation for all coaches. They get their leadoff hitter on, and usually you'll bad experience in that top part of the lineup, and or somebody more of your athletic kids that are going to put the ball in play. But yeah, he's crucial to our success. He's a feisty baseball player. He's a great leader. He's going to have an opportunity to go play after his season's over with. He's going to Flagler, but he's a great young man. He's worked his tail off. I'm just asking him to lead by example and leave his legacy. And that way, these younger kids can see him working every day at practice and competing come game time, and maybe that'll pay big dividends for them moving forward.
And you've always seemed to also have a lot of good pitching in the past. This year, you definitely have one solid senior in Zack Samples. I believe he's 3-1 with a 3.00 ERA and 12 strikeouts. Talk about what he's been able to bring to the table on the pitching side of things.
Yeah, Zach's had a good year. It all starts with being able to throw multiple pitches for strikes. He's not overpowering, but he's able to throw 3 pitches for strikes, and he's a competitor. So he's a football player, and when he gets out there, he's one of those guys you like having on the mound because he's going to compete. But he's worked his tail off to get to where he is, and he's able to work ahead in the counts, and he throws a heavy ball and gets a lot of ground ball outs. And he's not going to produce a whole lot of strikeouts because he's not going to be. We're not asking him to do that. They've been playing good defense behind him, but I think his biggest thing going for him is he just likes to compete and likes to get out there, and he wants to stand toe to toe with the best. So to have a kid like that, it's pretty significant, especially on the mound.
Well, Coach Allen, thank you again so much for your time. Really appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you and the Indians do down the stretch, and hopefully see you back in state for the third year in a row. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, thanks, Brian. I really appreciate the time.
Thank you.